H-Town! What's up? You know what time it is. It's time for the best 120 minutes of your day. The Chop Shop, the nation's #1 urban sports talk show, and also your midday sports happy hour. Yours truly, Robert Hatter, alongside Jim Hicks, coming to you live from Houston, Texas, where we're broadcasting all over the world via Facebook Live and YouTube Live. And guess what today is? It's Baby Friday. It's really Thursday, but it's off Friday because we are on Friday. So great day. I can't wait to get, let's get this show on the road. Jimmy will be on shortly. You know, he's doing his husband duties, shuttling his wife back and forth, making sure she's comfortable and so everything. But guess what? Oh man. You know, I got to start this show off today talking to my starting five. You know, yesterday was Women Rock Wednesday. I enjoyed myself. Man, let me tell you something. I had to pray for some of you people yesterday. Y'all just, I'm going to talk about y'all later. But our starting five, who we affectionately talk to, the first 5 people who signed into the feed today are Rod Wells, Status Moody, Chris Charles, Mindy Collins, and let me see, 1, 2, and what was that? Mr. Baldridge. Scholar Athletes Basketball Academy. And the sixth person today is Martin Vaughn. What's up, everybody? I know what y'all want to talk about. Because I'm trying to formulate some stuff here. What's up there, Keith Fobb? Man, Keith Fobb, man, keep doing what you're doing, baby. I like you. I'm watching you. Let me tell you something. I appreciate. Don't you worry about that outside noise. You know, you entrepreneurs, man. I'm telling you, you got to have a different mindset. Don't worry about it. We supporting you. I got a little inside scoop. I don't know how much. I'm gonna figure out how much I can tell. But about the Texans, we can go there. Let me see. Watson leave. This dumb owner doesn't deserve you. Okay, Mindy, no Deshaun. Let's see where we should go, man. Let me make sure I get all my sharing in. Let's share the show right quick. Let me make sure I got everybody shared because I don't want to repeat this stuff. Let me make sure everybody is shared in and they know what's going on. Make sure you like on YouTube and subscribe to our YouTube. I've seen some people lately who has described. Let me tell y'all something. Walter Yates said Deshaun is gone. Walter Yates, Deshaun has been gone. And what I would like to talk to y'all today is about, the boom boom room. And I'm gonna wait a minute. Somebody said real talk. Thank you, Keith Fobb, for putting that on there. And Maite, I didn't know you had a little show. You didn't tell nobody about your show. Tell people about your show. That I saw you interviewing somebody. See, y'all,
let me tell y'all something. If you're doing something, I want to know about it. So I want everybody to know about it. Let people know about your show. And but let's talk about this thing, man. I'm gonna depend on y'all because I'm being in this business. I have to watch what I say. I'm not in Dr. Newsom. Uh, I'm gonna give it to you. I'm gonna take you a little bit behind the veil, but it's just I can't tell you everything. So I'm gonna make y'all think today. We got to put on our thinking hats today. We can talk about the Texas hiring a 65-year-old black man as a coach, as Patrick. Yeah, let that man do his job. Let that man do his job. But I want to share something with y'all. Cause I know y'all. I'm trying to get y'all to stop thinking like fans all the time. Be fans, but I want you to be critical thinkers about this thing. And if you're watching certain things, I can't say, and I'm not gonna say. I'm not gonna let y'all put me because I have to. I know some of these people, so I have to be around them sometime. So check this out. We got Houston sports history. Let me go another one. Houston sports history. First time in the city's history, you got 3 blacks will head your major pro sports program local. You got David Cawley. No matter what Walter Yates want to say about David Cawley, he's been in this league a long time, and you're going to respect him, Walter Yates. I know you like to do a lot of disrespect, but when somebody say something about you and your profession, I see how sensitive you get. So David Cawley might be the same way. Okay, I'm just, and I know you're just talking, but you got to understand that some people watch this show. Y'all have no idea the people that actually watch this show, and people that look at your comments. Okay, so let's be respectful, especially of our guests, man. Especially of our guests. Let's be respectable. Because if you're not, I got a button over here I can push where you'll never be able to allow to come on the show. And I don't want to do that to nobody. But let's always be respectable. I don't care. Just turn it off. If you don't want to hear it, turn it off. But I'm not going to let nobody disrespect you when you come up there. If you a guest on the show, any one of you a guest on the show, I'm not going to let people disrespect you. You should know me by now. And so let's just be mindful of this platform. Y'all got to realize, Walter Yates and everybody, just the people in Houston ain't watching this show. I'm going to repeat that. I have friends all over the world because I've lived all over the world. Jimmy has contacts all over the United States. So when we have company, like Mama say, I'm going to talk to y'all now because we had company yesterday. I couldn't do it. But when we have company, you got to act right. When we have company, I'm sorry, y'all got to do this housekeeping, I'm sorry. When we have company, we got to act right, man. Okay? All right? Okay, got that out the way. I ain't just, me, see, what y'all don't realize, when this stuff go across this airways, Jimmy and I are responsible. They don't know you. So that's why I got to say what I'm saying. I ain't trying to, listen, y'all know how I feel about y'all. But when we have company, man, let's be nicer. We got to be. Got to be. And I'm just, and if you want me to talk to you about it privately, I can. So let's go. Let's talk about the Sunwash. Let's talk about, somebody help me here. Brandy, my women, I love to talk to the women. Tiffany, you know I was going to talk about it today. But Tiffany, what I want y'all to explain this to me. you women, I want, and Derek, what's up, baby? Um, eh, let me, what would make a man be on TV a couple of weeks ago, a month ago, crying, thanking you gave me all this money? And now I don't want to have nothing to do with y'all. And let me explain to y'all. That stuff that Adam Scheffler reported today, because he officially, Deshaun Watson was gone a long time ago. You know, I never forget. I never forget this. I never forget this. Y'all make me get back to my point. Never forget one time this guy, I was at church one time, guy, he flagging my car down. Robert. She done left. Talking about his wife done left. Now, Barry McDonald, we had been talking about it. I've been, not counseling, but giving him support. You know, let me tell y'all something, man. You can't be too obsessed playing video games and doing all this stuff all the time tonight, all the time. I mean, too much grown-ass men, and your wife sitting in there in a nightgown, and you in here playing with some dudes. You can't keep doing that, man. And I'm trying to tell you, you're trying to be cool. But he stopped me in the parking lot. Okay? Stopped me in the parking lot. Robert, she gone. You need to call her. I said, let me tell you something. As long as she was in that house, we were cool. Okay? I said, now she gone. Let me tell you something about a woman. When she packs, emotionally, she might still be there. When she packed physically and leave that house and pack her stuff and get the hell out of there, ain't nothing your ass can say. Deshaun Watson been gone. He packed Deshaun Watson's locker, y'all, might be empty. They still own his rights. But he got some big decisions to make. And he got some big decisions to make. But what I want to know from the women, and from you too, Jacoby, what would make you not want to go? What do they have to do to you? They giving you millions of dollars. Tell me, I want everybody. Y'all tell me what could they do to you? Boom, boom, boom. I need you, man. I want to hear from y'all. What could they do to y'all to make y'all not want to show up? Disrespect in what way, Tiffany? Yo, Tiffany, disrespect how? Tiffany, I done gave you millions of dollars, kid. Tiffany, I done gave you $100 million. Hold up. Just because I told you, hold up. You didn't ask me. Hold on. Let me read some of the comments. Hold up, then I'll make my comments. Y'all more important than me. I'm proud to say I haven't played a video game in almost 2. Oh, okay. Man, they knew damn well she was going. Walter Yates, some people, I'm not going, you know what? I told y'all what I was going to do. When you make an ignorant ass statement like that, I'm going to ignore you. I'm going to ignore you. Brandon said, because the question on the table, sir, what would make you not want to come back? And I'm trying to read the statements and people putting this ignorant ass shit on there. Let's keep it. I would hate to see him go, but I support it. No, racism will make you leave. Okay, let's use that one. Jacoby said he realized, nah, I ain't worried about that. Come on, Jacoby. I'm serious. What'll make you, me being the leader and not having a voice? That is Moody at your job or whatever. Sometimes you don't have a voice. Everybody who's in a job don't have a voice, getting paid a lot of money. So you might want to rethink the new management, new owner. That would happen to James Harden. And guess what y'all did to him? Y'all tore his damn head off. But I like Deshaun because he don't go to strip club. I'm watching y'all. Y'all know I'm watching y'all. Sensei 100. Sensei 100, print your name because I want to know your name. I want to know who I'm talking to. Texans must show they are serious about winning. That'll make, y'all got to realize this has never happened before in history. Let me help y'all out. Come on, boom, boom, room. Y'all been listening to me too damn long. Y'all need to start taking notes. This has never happened before. A star quarterback want to get out. A star at 25 years old. This ain't never happened. He been lied to. I mean, boldface lied to. They may have thought the game, the money was not enough. Okay. Unethical statements. What unethical statements? Give me some. Racism, bad business, unloyalty. Okay. Give me some examples. You're talking about, if you're saying racism, you're talking about the time Bob McNair said the inmates run an asylum, and then you said bad business. Yes, they do bad business. Unloyalty, baby. Unloyalty. Come on. I got a new term. Loyalty until. I'm loyal to until you do something to me. I mean, it's a new term out. These people ain't loyal. Let's go. He said Watson wanted a voice. But all the time you don't get a voice, Derek. When you attack who you are and what you come from, it's pretty hard to stay. How did they attack him, Mike Tay? I want to know. How did something they pay us? Boy. Keep up, boy. He's thinking. Keep going. I like that. Ethics in between the lines. By whom? Andre Branch. Who? By whom? Cause they're thinking as fans. Oh, okay. Deshaun's going to the Rams. Okay. That's a good place. Keep Fob. No. We would take. Oh yeah. Well, all right. Players must use the leverage when you sign these 10 years. Okay. Nah. Let me see. I'm just trying to find some bad treatment in the organization. What if I told y'all this? It's not about money. Now it's about winning. Okay. But Alvin Brown just leaving? A lot of people losing. You just can't. Man, I'm losing. No. Alvin, I think a little bit more than that. Because you lose. I mean, that shit. Hey, it ain't go. After the Super Bowl, ain't gonna be but one winner. One guy with the Super Bowl. So the rest of the teams are lost. So there's no way we can know what happened. No, I just said, what is your opinion? What do you think? What would make you leave? They give you all that money because it's a show for them. Keith Fobb, what you said a few minutes ago, you said something, I said it. Hold up, I got to go back to it, Keith Fobb. Hold up, Keith Fobb, you said, sometimes they pay us to shut up. Sometimes they pay us to shut up. Let's go. What if I told y'all, man, that every NFL team, y'all know I'm trying to be political. Y'all got to follow me here now. I can't tell your ass everything now. All right? Hold on. And I ain't turned my fan on today. Y'all, I'm getting hot in here. What if I told you all the 32 owners want them a Jack Easterby? Y'all got to realize Jack Easterby, Jack Easterby came in as an intern, chaplain. He was the preacher for the team. And he was at Jacksonville. He was at I remember dealing with him at Pittsburgh. I mean, no. He was with the Patriots, Kansas City. I mean, I think it, but he just is cool, slick. Then he always using God. You remember Paula White when Donald Trump was losing? She was praying. She was calling from Paula White is white. She was calling for the African ancestors. Not, I guess, to tell us not to vote so we can keep Donald Trump in office. Y'all can't make this stuff up. Look up Paula White. I ain't got time. I ain't got time to give you a story. Jack Easterby, he had hooked his, like what Jimmy said, get up on, he had hooked his horns in Bob McNair. So John Newsom, you know what I'm talking about, them white evangelicals who's been very quiet since Donald Trump. You know what I'm talking about. She called on the African ancestors. We got to keep Trump in here. Y'all got to find that prayer, please. Oh, y'all got to find that prayer. Hey, foolishness, that's good. So Jack Easterby, he got into the conscience of Bob McNair. So the son is watching. He don't know no better. Y'all got to always know that when you inherit, when your son inherits stuff, and when you know them trust fund babies, y'all know how they, Cal McNair didn't build this empire. His dad did. You remember the story I even told y'all about? Somebody gave me a book. I never read it. Then I went and bought the book. Then I read it from cover to cover because I paid for it. Trust fund babies, yeah. So when his dad died, I guess his dad's spiritual advisor is Jack Easterby. Easterby. Man, I'm sorry. Easterly, yeah, something like that. Easterby. I'm getting tongue twisted on his name. So this guy got power. You remember? I told him they compared him to the Littlefinger character in Game of Thrones. If you go back and look at Game of Thrones. So I'm saying this to get somewhere. Now this guy, he got the trust. If you notice, Andre Johnson, who never talks, who had tweeted since 2019. In his tweet, he mentioned one name. And that's what, and I don't never want y'all to get the focus off of that. Andre Johnson, who never talked. Right? So you got a young kid who just everything dad do, I do. Everything, my dad did it. Jack Eastman, that was my dad, man. That's my man. That's my man. So he's the whisperer. He went from being an intern to the chaplain, and I love upper mobility. To the chaplain, and I think he played a little football. He played a little football in high school and college, Jackie. He know a little bit about football. Don't get it twisted. Okay? All right, so this the guy. This the guy, remember, Andre Johnson mentioned. Somebody told me, a birdie, a birdie told me that Jack Easterby, y'all ain't gonna hear this till later. Jack Easterby was surveilling the players. Y'all hold on a second. Secretly surveilling the players. Michael Jordan, Kevin Frankman, Rick Wilmore. I know y'all got some stuff that y'all probably do that you don't want nobody watching what you got to do. Y'all got some places y'all go. Y'all got some things y'all doing. Y'all probably don't want nobody to know. And Jess McKee, my birthday is Sunday. Give you a cash app. Y'all get, hey, Doug's birthday is Sunday. Cash app him, y'all. I ain't got no cash app, Doug. But y'all cash app Big Doug. Hey, let me tell you something. And what I'm finding out, though, 32 owners, all of them want a Jack Easterby. They want a guy like that. Y'all remember, and I'm getting back to you, Keith Fobb. I ain't forgot about you, baby. I ain't forgot about you. Y'all remember when Bob McNair made the inmates run an asylum, and everybody know he meant, look at here. We can't let these run our league. Doug ain't begging. Happy birthday, Doug. Doug just put it out there. Somebody might. I remember the last time when my birthday, somebody asked for my cash app. I ain't got none. I'm good. Check this out now. Y'all got this. You can't make this stuff up. And I'm trying to just. I just want y'all to start thinking. Why Hatter? What is his role? What is Jack Easterby's role? Go Google it. Go Google it. I don't know exactly, some vice president over something. He's something. Go Google that. Walter, shit, you ain't doing nothing. I'm talking. You Google it. Every owner want. See, what is happening is, let me get back to, let me, I got to write a note down to myself. Hold on. Y'all got to understand, I'm trying to keep my train of thought. Okay. All right, remember, when Bob McNair made the comment, inmates running asylum, I don't know how soon after, and maybe the people in Sunnyside can tell me, Janice McNair donated $5.5 million to Sunnyside organization to the black neighborhood. Okay? Yeah. No. Walter Yates. Google Jack Easterby and tell me his position, then I'll explain it to you. Man, quit being a damn clown today. Damn. I'm trying to ignore his ass. You know what? My bad. I'm trying to ignore him. Okay. All right. Let me get back to the point. Because Mr. Know-It-All, he wants to be important on 2 days in a row. And I'm not going to let him be. All right. This is what we're going to do. Okay. So, he said something a minute ago, Keith Fobb, about throwing money at the problem. The NFL, they had the big meeting. They had the, the big thing, the big meeting and with Jay-Z, and they promised to do what? Throw money at the problem. So Jack Easterby, from what I told, he is the guy that's getting all the intel and surveilling the players, having them followed, having them videoed, having under the disguise of controlling the culture. Controlling the culture. We got to get a better culture. Even this new hire, what's his name? Cully? Yeah, David Cully. Cully is supposed to be a man of faith. Derek Johnson, you hitting it. Derek Johnson said, watching the slaves. I wouldn't put it that, I don't know how they think because I'm not an old white billionaire, so I don't know how they think. But then we watched the last 3 coaching hiring cycles. We've watched them, and we got the George Floyd thing. We got everybody the big companies supposed to be conscious. And this year, up until Mr. Carley, David Carley, somebody told me today, man, this was crazy. And I know y'all probably, they said more people, somebody called me today from out of town and said, Robert, more people know you than know David Carley in Houston, Texas. And, it's, y'all got to understand, man, when you own these teams, I can't tell you how to look. Oh, I got to go to a break too. I can't tell you. All I'm trying to do is just telling you the little things that I know. D. Hopkins didn't like that mess, the surveillance stuff, and he got on it. They had a problem with him because he ain't the kind of guy. He ain't one of the house Negroes. They had to get rid of D. Hopkins. Then they called the young cat in and told him, and they volunteered. They didn't even have to tell Deshaun this. They told him, man, this is what I want you to do. Control. Yes. Homeboy, if I got surveillance tapes of Stephen Woods doing something wrong, I'm going to be able to control Stephen Woods. Jeffrey Epstein, the guy who could have tied all of these powerful men to messing with these little girls, he wound up dead in a jail cell. Hung himself. Why did he wait? Why didn't he wait till he get pardoned? Trump was one of the guys. It's power. So it's some stuff going on in this organization, man. But guess what, y'all? From what I hear, all the owners want somebody controlling their culture. All 32 of them. Y'all got to notice, ain't none of them black. No NFL owner is black. Got one woman, she married to I think, who was that? I know the name of the team. It's up north. Oh, I just ought to smack myself. I'll tell you soon. It's all about control. So, that young man, I'm really liking Deshaun Watson right now, man. Y'all got to realize, 25 years old. Go look at your history. Saying, I don't want to be there. It just gave him $100-some million. And he's saying, I don't want to be here. I don't know what's going on, but guess what? Chop Shop, I got to take a break. Because I got some stuff I got to think about. And y'all y'all can keep commenting. I'm going to come back. That had to be powerful, man. Chop Shop, we'll be back in a minute.
The many white people who mean.
Yep. And then the referee's going to step in there and clean this up. Double T's. See, the officials are saying, you each have a T now. If I have to give you another one, you're out of the game.
Well, we've seen it with Russell Westbrook.
Welcome back to the best 120 minutes of your day. The Chop Shop, the nation's #1 urban sports talk show, and also your midday sports happy hour. Yours truly, Robert Hatter, alongside Jim Hicks, who will be on shortly. He just texted me. Man, this is why I sit here, man, to just share stuff with y'all, man. You know, take you behind the veil. You know, I'll never forget when the Texans were when the Vince Young draft, and the Texan was trying to choose between Vince Young, Reggie Bush, and what's the guy, Mario Williams. Okay, it was trying to choose between those two. They had those guys checked out. They watched those guys' habits before the draft. Right after, they watched those guys' habits. They didn't like the habits of Reggie Bush. They didn't like what Vince Young was doing. All Marvin Williams was doing was working out every day, chasing girls. They said that's normal. But those other two guys, they didn't like what they saw. I'll never forget. They did the same thing with Andre Johnson. If you've been on the show long enough, you know, I spent a lot of time with him and his family in Miami. And that's when I really found out, because they told me, man, all you and this guy ever did was he worked out, y'all went to dinner, y'all went home with, and I looked around, Mike, and I was saying, the hell did they know this? How the hell did they know this? And so surveillance has been going on and they use it as a disguise, everybody. Yeah, Kim Pacala. Thank you, Thaddeus Moody. The Buffalo Bills owner. Yes, Kim. I said up north. Yeah, the Buffalo Bills owner. She's South Korean. Thank you. Her and her husband own the team, but for some reason, they put her out front. And it's probably a reason for that, but thank you, Thaddeus Moody. Earlier, I was talking about ain't but one minority, non-white owner. I'll put it like that. Is that a little better? And that's Kim Pagala. She's South Korean. But y'all, it's and yeah, a young man, all I was trying to figure out and wanted to hear from y'all, seriously, what would make this guy say, they just don't, it's just a lot of stuff with this organization, man. And who was that said something? Tiffany said something. She said, if all the teams want one, well, where he gonna go? Let me tell you something. If you want to go play football, I don't know where you work at. Kevin Frankfurt. I was even surveilled. That's why you got to watch what you're doing. Especially if you in this line of business. If you in any way in the public eye, people just want to know, man. Inquiring minds want to know. You know, and we haven't talked about it this week. I'm going to give y'all a couple more things. I saw some tweets. They said, imagine being Houston and watching your MLB team get caught for cheating, your NBA team trade away 2 stars, and now your NFL team will have to trade away their franchise quarterback after trading away a top 3 wide receiver. These just tweets. Then they said the Deshaun Watson now story of the offseason is not a story of the offseason. We've seen it a lot in the NBA, but he's the biggest NFL player in years. to publicly request a trade. Texans just paid him and haven't shown any willingness to deal him, but something has to give. And a lot of teams are calling. I've heard about it. A lot of teams are calling. Somebody tweeted this, and I want to share it, especially to you people from Houston. They said, y'all tore down Astroworld for all of this SHIT, and you still couldn't get it right. Y'all tore down Astroworld. That's where the Texas Stadium at. Y'all tore down. But you know what? What I love about sports and fans, it's all y'all got to do. All we got to do. And I say we, because I live in Houston. I talk all that mess because I want to be opposite of Jimmy on this side. I can't agree with him. It ain't no damn fun. But we'll be back. And it's just, man, these people own these teams. There ain't nothing you can do about it. And if your son want to play in the NFL, this what he got to do with it. That's why I always tell you, Jeremy Davis, go get your education. Put yourself in a position. Y'all see how they doing us? You know, especially if any of y'all in the stock market, y'all see when we got the gun. You see what they did yesterday. All my stock market people who trade a stock, y'all, yesterday, Wall Street said, oh, hell no. Y'all can't do what we've been doing. Let's shut it down. Y'all can't do inside trader. All of us get together on social media, and we go buy a certain stock, and then we manipulate the market. Then it's wrong. Then it's wrong. With Wall Street doing it every day. Hey, I ain't crazy. That's why I sent my son up there. I want to know how they doing it, so I can figure out a way we can do it. Yo, let's take these principles. Kelly Lofter. Hold up. Let me find a woman on. Where my women at? Mate. Hold up. Where my girls at? Tamika. I want you to be able to run for office. And we said, Tamika, we finna raise you some money. And you just said, oh, okay, y'all can raise the money, but I'm finna write y'all a check, my campaign. Just you, Tamika, and Maite. Y'all said, here a check for $24 million. Here. Let's get the party started. Her husband is the man that introduced Bitcoin to the stock exchange, to Wall Street. Hey, man, what we got to do? Now, y'all know when I always try to tell you, people get mad at me. Black folks, I love y'all. All I said was, that is Moody. What if the AU coaches and the summer coaches and the high school coaches, what if they ever sat down and just talked about, man, do you know how much power that we have? We got the power to send a team good enough to U of H, to Memphis, to Michigan, to Oklahoma State, where these black coaches at, and all of these guys can be in the Final Four. The power. I didn't say y'all need to get together and talk about. Let me show y'all something. I did this the other day. Saw a tweet. Y'all know I watch your posts. I listen to and watch your posts. Somebody posted this the other day. Somebody posted this. DJ Anderson, longtime sports coach, AAU coach. I want to hear your comments. I'm just putting it up on the screen. I want to hear your comments. I want to hear your comments because everybody on here got and the reason I want to hear your comments, and then I'm gonna give you some of their comments, but I want to hear your comments, man. Make AAU basketball about the kids again. I know when y'all see that, maybe y'all don't want to. Come on, don't get quiet on me now. How can we do it? That is Moody. How can we do it? How can we make it about the kids again? Tamika, how can we do it? Tamika, you as a parent, you got a son on the team. You've been in this stuff. I've been in it. I know it's tough. Jimmy Hicks said, let it burn down. He ain't got no kids. What can we do? No. Claimant Jackson, take out the big sneaker companies. Will that make it good again? Stop worrying about the money needed. But you got to realize, though. You got to realize, let's hold up now, Tamika, because Tamika, when you go on the road, sometimes don't you rent a car? Don't you get a hotel? If you fly out of town, you fly on a plane, and you go get a rent a car. Tamika, it's business, it's money being made. It's a business. But how can we make it? We can do business and still make it about the kid. See, business ain't bad, y'all. Only people who don't own businesses think they bad. I love business. I'm a business major. I love business. What can we do? Oh, Tamika says she an AAU coach. I'm sorry, Don. So all of it is about business. Keith Fobb said, we own, hold on, let me get it. We only say it's not about the kids when our kids not in the circle. Okay. No. Let's think broader. Let's not talk about your kid. No. Let's think about all the kids. Or, my question, I was waiting on somebody to say something. Has it ever been about the kids? Has it ever been about the kids? I don't mind the business part about it. Because Barry McDonald, I don't know what you do for a living, but Barry McDonald, your time is worth money. Let me repeat that. Tiffany Saunders, I don't know what business you're in, but if you go to wherever you work at, you go to, let's say you work for Federal Express. Federal Express is exchanging your time, gonna pay you for your time and your skill. What's up, Mark Edwards? Mark Edwards, I'm just trying to figure it out. I don't know if you saw it, Mark. I just put it on the screen. I saw this in a post, and they said make AAU basketball about kids again. Mark, if this the Mark I think it is, Mark, you've been in this business. Has it ever been about kids? Has it ever? I'm just trying to figure it out, man. Because let me tell you something, Mark Edwards, if this the Mark, if you train my son, man, I'm going to pay you for it. Just tell me how much if you doing something for my baby, listen, y'all, let's get this shit twisted. If you doing something for my kids, I'm going to pay you. That's business. Guess what? Like Federal Express, I'm using Mark Edwards to help my son get better. And I pay him for it. I don't see nothing wrong with that. Let me repeat that. I don't see nothing. Mark said business and basketball is only bad when adults make business decisions that make them money but harm. Okay. So now we got to stop harming the kids. Let me go. It used to be before people learned they could be a benefit from it. Okay, at the end of the day, somebody's going to get paid. Thank you. The rental car guy getting paid. Ain't nobody said nothing to Mr. Budget, Keith Fobb, because Mr. Budget white. Are y'all mad there's black people getting paid? I'm just asking. That's why I ask you, is your money racist? Are your actions racist too? Are y'all as black people, y'all mad because black people get paid? And this coming from a guy who, I don't have nothing to do with youth basketball. Ain't got a team, ain't got a coach. But when I saw it, I ain't coaching, I ain't doing nothing. Nothing. Unless your son is a pro and allow my company to represent him, I never benefit. And 99.9% of y'all sons ain't no pro. So I'm just trying to figure out. Okay, he said, Hatter, that's what I think. Some adults feel training coaches owes the kid and will not pay. If they don't pay me, I'm not going to do it. I don't understand that one. Coaching was once a community activity to help Darryl Riches, to help kids stay out of trouble. Okay. All right. But now, Ed Russell, but what happened was that was back then in the community. You wasn't renting cars and flying on planes and flying to Vegas and spending thousands of dollars at Vegas and spending $40 to $20, $30,000 a year on an AAU program. You wasn't doing that then, Darryl. It's a new paradigm out here. Barry McDonald is new. This is new. We got to change. Like them guys did yesterday on Wall Street. They changed the paradigm on the old guard. And they said, oh, what can we do to make it good again? The genie is out of the bottle. We know they ain't everybody saying it, but how? Y'all just let's give me some practical steps. Don't tell me about nobody got to do nothing free. Hell no, because you ain't going to do nothing free. All your free comments, I'm going to listen to them. But if you ain't going to do nothing for free, don't expect Ken Gamble to do it for free. Don't expect Herb Baker to get. Kids weren't going to the league a year or two later back in the early round. Kids ain't but Herb ain't but 1%. Ain't that many kids going to the league. Okay. It ain't but 450 basketball players. Herb. You mean the lure of going to the league. Listen, it ain't but 450 basketball players. In the history of the game, Brandon Nichols. In the history of the whole basketball, ain't been but 4,700, might be a little bit more, 4,700 people in the NBA. I ain't talking about the NBA right now. I'm talking about summer AAU basketball. I'm not even talking about the sneaker. The sneaker teams, they been sponsored. We ain't talking about them. I'm talking about Kenneth Lawson, the BC. I'm talking about, y'all help me. Y'all give me more damn problems. Give me some solutions. How do you make AAU basketball about the kids again? Let's not get off subject, because y'all easy to get off subject. Y'all love to go down rabbit trails. Give me just one step. Just give me one step. One step. One step. Hold on. One step. I see you, coach. I see you. One step. Hold on. Create sponsorships for the community, business, banks, entrepreneurs, and ourselves. These parents aren't worried about the college scholarships. They're looking ahead to the league. Okay, I'm going to leave that one alone too. Keep Fob, hold up, Keep Fob. Let me see what you said. Let me see what. Anthony Fob, you know I love the feed. Oh, let me tell you, hey, y'all ought to know I got affinity for the Fob brothers. I just like the way they think. And they don't think the way I think. I love the way they think, especially Anthony Fob. He just off track. He said this past year proved that there is no reason to do all that traveling. See why I like Fob? The scholarship numbers is still the same in Houston last year and this year. Now y'all see why. You see why. That's my boy. Fob, thank you, sir. So, Fob, what are you saying? But, Fob, answer the question. Can we make AAU basketball about the kids again? Is it possible? I hope you can hear me over there, Coach. And I was waiting on Jimmy to come on because he brought you on. But, Coach, I'm going to bring you on anyway because we're talking about summer basketball. Matter of fact, I'll bring you on, Coach. Let me look at. You're looking good. I'm a coach. I'm gonna bring Coach Shelby, Derek Shelby. Welcome to the Chop Shop. I'm sorry, Jimmy. Hey, y'all. I told you he booked the guest, but he not here. But man, Coach, me and you go, Coach. I put on the screen a minute ago. Hold on. Hold on, Coach. Let me give you your applause. I got to give you an applause. When you're on the Chop Shop, I got to give you applause. And Coach, I saw a friend of mine, Coach. Coach, and do me a favor, Coach. Look up at the top right. It'll be a little bit thing. You can see the comments. So I want you to see some of these. Click that thing so you can see some of the comments. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So, Coach, I just asked the coach. I didn't know. I'm on my Facebook. One of my friends, he posted something. And when he posted red hat, I was mad because, I don't like that red hat because that was the Make America Great Again hat. And but it said, make AAU basketball about the kids again. You are a man that's been doing this stuff for a long time. I've been hearing your name a long time. It's a genie is out of the bottle. What are the steps we can take to make it about the kid again? Okay, come on.
That's a very, very good question. I think the biggest thing that we have to do as a community is make sure we set the right expectation. I think the word expectation is key because when I got into this game years ago, it was for one reason and one reason only, and that was to help the kids that I coached go to college for free. There was no conversation about the NBA. It was about literally setting the right expectation with the kid and more importantly, with their parent. If you have a really good line of communication with the parent, where before the season even starts, you set expectations.
Okay.
I want to know what theirs are, and I want them to know what mine are.
Okay.
And make sure we meet on that first.
Okay.
Once you're on the same page, things go a lot better. But the word expectation needs to be set way in advance. So that way there's no ill will or anything that can happen that may be a surprise to a kid or to a parent. But I think that when you get these young kids and they see all the money that the NBA is paying, it's their lottery system, right? Everybody wants to get there. One thing I've told my son is that there are a lot of NBA jobs, and most of them aren't playing, right? So if you set the right expectation and you literally use basketball as simply the vehicle, okay, to get a higher education that will be free, that's what it's really, really all about. And of course, every young player wants to play in the NBA.
Yeah.
I did when I was a young kid. Everybody wants to do that, right? People don't realize, like my son's Noah.
Yes.
And like any other kid, he wants to play in the NBA. You know what one of his top goals is?
What?
To be an NBA general manager, a GM.
Wait a minute. Can I have a drink to Noah? There's some tea now, coach. This ain't real. I'm not Jimmy. This for Noah right here.
Okay.
All right. Keep going, coach.
And that's what he wants to do. So as his father, I want to set the plan in place to help him reach that goal. So I take a responsibility that I have to build the right relationships with the right people at the right time to help my child have a chance to do what his ultimate goal would be. If it's not playing in the NBA, what else will he do? Right. So I think the biggest thing is setting the right expectation, because some parents are lied to, right? And some parents do the lying, right?
Wait a minute. Say that again, Derek.
I said some parents are lied to, and some parents do the lying, right? So I think that if you have the right amount of communication, that helps. I mean, I was blessed to be a part of a lot of good programs. A lot of people don't realize I was a significant part of building the Texas Titans organization.
Okay.
When Julius and Damian Jones and all those guys came, and then the following group came, and I was the first Titans coach for Cade Cunningham and Mike Miles. They were 9 years old.
Oh.
Right. And from there, I went to work with Jeff and help the pro skills for almost 7 years. The Mitchell Robinson, the Garrett Culvers. We had Trey Young in 9th grade.
Okay.
And then I went from there to work with Jermaine to help start Drive Nation.
Yes.
And there's been a lot of really good players that play this game. But how you measure success is important. I wanted to make sure my son understood that his success in basketball does not always mean NBA. Okay? It doesn't always mean NBA. NBA is so freaking hard to do. Like you said, less than 5,000 players ever have been there. And one thing I always tell people is that you can make it and not make it. No, I'm going to say that again. People can really see what
I'm listening.
You can make it and not make it. One thing you have to do, a lot of those guys get to the NBA and they forget to reset themselves, right? They made it. They got that big first contract. They got a nice check. Then they forget about why they got there and how they got there. So I think it's important overall is setting the right expectation. Make sure the parents are educated on what this is about, because like it or not, it's a business and it's a real business, right? That's just how it's going to be.
So Derek, in my statement, Jimmy, this is what I posted earlier. I know you've been, Sam, you're doing well. I put this on the screen, Jimmy. I saw this in somebody's tweet. Make AAU basketball about the kid again. Okay, and I thought it was unique. And Derek, and let me give y'all some of my let me give you some of the tweets. I mean, Stacy just texted me and said, "That's my brother you talking to." Stacy. Okay. Somebody said, Coach. Matter of fact, Mr. Jacobs. He's on the feed now. He said, and I'm glad you here, Derek. Jimmy, you boy, you didn't know I was gonna have that question, and I didn't know Derek was gonna be on. Y'all don't understand. This was not planned. I didn't know Derek until Derek know when he called me. So he said, develop a program focusing on rules and morals, standards that coaches must participate in and become certified in order to coach our children, and then develop programs or rules, expected behavior, realistic expectations, he used your word, for the parents, and agree to adhere to. These just were some comments under that. He said, then he talked about it's a shit show. A bunch of old ass scam artists, what it is now. Wow, that was hard. Then somebody said, they just talking. Let me say, I love the concept of how much Texas basketball has benefited from AAU. He loved the concept, but he can't stand the snakes. And early in the show, I played a comment. Ali had a sound about snakes early in the show. I don't know if you saw it.
I'm watching. Yep.
I didn't even realize. So I know this is a touchy subject. I didn't know you were gonna come on, Derek. I'm just you said something key, man. Some of these parents be lying their ass off too. And I'm not gonna overskip that, Derek, because we sit up and talk about the event operator. We sit up and talk about the workout guy. We talk about these parents be lying too, Derek. So we're on the chop shop now, and I know it's gonna take them. They're gonna have to listen to this show 1,000 damn times before they get the spirit of what we're talking to, because some of them might get offended, but I don't care. But and I know, Jimmy, you ain't had time to. I'm gonna let you in now, but Derek, you got me when you said so. I'm glad somebody said, because I've been around some lying ass parents. But Jimmy, welcome back to the show, man. And I know Derek's. You had him on for a reason, and I didn't want to hijack the thing because y'all might have some higher than this. But I just wanted to talk about it.
Let's stop and go right into something. You know what I'm saying? It's
okay.
The chop shop.
Okay.
You need to get a hat and to say, let's make the chop shop go back to chopping it up like it used to do. Okay. And that's what made the chop shop. When people come on, they know it's gonna be chopping time. So or somebody else is gonna get chopped up in the process.
Okay.
That's what the chop shop was. Now, I love the topic. And I love the statement, but I'm going to ask you to elaborate or give an example of how parents can lie to other parents.
Derek, me?
No, Derek.
Okay, Derek. Okay, all right.
Well, first of all, let me preface it by this. I've been fortunate enough to have had great parents of the kids that I've coached, and I swear to God by that.
Yeah.
So I've been fortunate, right? Because we've always had that line of communication. But I'm saying you can't always put the blame on the AAU coach, right? And you also got to understand one thing, that sometimes parents get caught up listening to they, right? They can get you in trouble in this business, right? So I tweeted something the other day that parents should take their own responsibility to build the right relationships with the right people. That way they don't have to rely on they to help them. Okay. So I don't have any personal situations where it's been just outright lying, because I've had great parents, all of them.
Yeah.
The ones that play with me, the ones that don't play with me now, they've been phenomenal. Right. I've been truly blessed to be part of their lives and vice versa. But a lot of parents are misinformed, by they, and that's what happened. So I don't have any personal stories about
No, but when you
happened,
mention it though, you had to have an example. It had to be in your camp, but you have.
Well, I mean, like for example, and here's why it happens. Parents are negotiators too, right?
Okay.
So they're looking for the best deal for their kid. Okay, that's just that. I mean, the business goes two ways, right?
Okay, I'm writing that down.
Any educated parent is going to also know how to play the game, right? They're trying to leverage as much as they can to help their child, and I totally understand that. So they may come to you with, I know your team fees are $150 a month, but so let my son play for free, right? So that happens a lot in this business.
Ain't bad. That's good. That's smart.
Yeah, I mean, that's just so parents have gotten a lot smarter in understanding that they may have leverage if their kid can play. Now, the only problem with that is that a lot of parents think their kids are pros, right? I mean, you got, sites out there now ranking the top 6-year-old in the country, right? That's where the culture's at now.
Okay.
So asking that 6-year-old who's number one in the country to pay $200 a month team fee, his mom and dad ain't trying to hear that. Because little Malcolm's a pro. Even though he's 6 and probably still pee in the bed, he a pro, right? So that's what I mean by expectations and being as honest. We have been our worst enemy for a long time. For example, you got a lot of directors and event directors out there that run events.
Okay.
Right. And I talk to those guys all the time. They do a hell of a job. A lot of them. And why is it that we want discounts from them, right? And we'll pay full price for the dude down the street. See, that's a problem for me. I can't ask this young African-American man who's building his business that's charging $300 team fee to let me in for $200 when I'm gonna pay this guy down the street $600 to play in his.
Why we do that, Derek?
In advance.
Derek, have you ever asked the people who do that why the hell you do that? Have you ever asked them?
That's just a problem with our culture, right? We want to take from one another, right? We've had guys come from out of the state, come into the state and make a truckload of money off of our kids and off of our programs. It happens every year, right? If we would work together and support one another, we wouldn't have that issue. If you can't go into Ruth Chris Steakhouse and want that steak for $5, right? You got to pay the price for it. So I think as a community, we need to do a better job of supporting our people and supporting their events if you're going to participate in it. I mean, I'm not coming to the RCS Spring Icebreaker asking Jim for free, right? Because he has bills he has to pay. Reps cost money. Gyms cost money. Okay? So I think we need to do a better job as if you're a program director, pay that price that they're asking. They're giving you a product, they're putting you on the stage, pay that price. And if you don't pay that price, make sure you ask the other guy for the discount too, right? So I just think that we need a lot of teaching needs to be done in our basketball culture to where if we work together, man, we can be really strong. We can be really, really strong.
But Derek, I'm glad you're saying this, Derek, because when I said people they get at me about it. I for some reason, all I'm saying is the power that we have. Why don't we use it? But it seems like I get kicked.
You know why? You know why we don't use it? You know why we don't use it?
Why?
Because we all want the credit, right? We all want to say we done that or I done that. I mean, versus saying we done that. Okay. I mean, we compete so much against one another It's tearing us apart. It's tearing every community apart. It's tearing relationships apart. It's tearing friendships apart because we want to beat each other versus working together to beat everybody else. So I just think that from a community standpoint, there needs to be a lot more education on your why. Why are you doing this? Why are you getting into AAU basketball? Why? If the goal is to be an NBA player, you're going to be very disappointed. Let's use it to get relationships that'll last a lifetime, to get an education that'll last a lifetime, start a legacy for your family that'll last a lifetime. Because those NBA dreams, like I said, you can make it and not make it.
Yes, sir.
It happened to a lot of people. There's a lot of first round picks that are broke.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so
yeah,
this game is too hard now. And it used to be you were competing against a guy in LA, in Chicago, in New York. Now it's the guy in Serbia, this guy in Russia, this guy in Australia that's just like you. And here's one of the big things that people need to know that are on that path to becoming a professional athlete. There's so many things about being a pro, and very little bit of it is basketball. Okay? Being a pro is not just what you do on the court. It's extremely important what you're doing off the court. I heard you earlier talking about surveillance on the Houston Texans. You know why they're watching? They're looking for a reason not to pay you, right? They're looking for a reason to have an advantage when the contract negotiations come up. It's a business first. If you remember it's a business first, it can help you.
And Derek, okay? I'm glad. Derek, I want to piggyback on something. You said something. Hank Aaron just passed a few days ago, right? And I had a little tribute to him, and he was talking about what Jackie Robinson taught him. He said, it's not what you do on the court, on the field, that matters. You got to be a great example to your race and who you are off the field. Because it's some young black girls and some young black boys, when they see you, you want those kids to respect you. Some white people that you're going to see, this the first time you in Atlanta. This the first time they're going to ever be able to see a black man. And you got to be able to carry. I mean, in other words, you just said it. He was teaching them how to be a man and an upright man off the field. So I'll never forget in his Hall of Fame speech, yes, he had his family. Yes, he had some of his teammates. But he had the presidents of universities coming as his guests. He had Benjamin Mays. He had Maynard Jackson, the mayor of Atlanta, coming to his induction. He had the mayor of Birmingham coming to his, because he maximized his relationships, what? Off the field. And I think that's what you would, I was just trying to piggyback and give you a little bit more the understanding about this thing. And I just wanted to help you with that. What do you think about that?
Well, I mean, I agree with you. Like I said, the on court, off court, on field, off field, you know, there's a lot of guys that get removed from professional organizations, and it's not because they're play, right? It's about how they are in the locker room, what they do in their community, what they do, you know, when they're not on that big stage on TNT. You know, so I just think as a culture, we need to do a better job of making sure our kids understand how you carry yourself can take you a long ways in life. It can take you a long, long ways. It can take you a lot further than that basketball can. But if you're going to do basketball or football or baseball, use that to your advantage, right?
Yeah.
For the next person that comes behind you. There's a lot of guys in the NBA right now making millions of dollars a year that don't play 1 second. It's because they're good pros. Okay? They're pros.
Udonis Haslem. Udonis Haslem right now.
He can play for another 20 years if he wants to, because he's a pro. He's a pros pro. You ever heard that term, a pros pro?
Yes.
That's what it's really all about. those are the guys that get those analyst jobs afterwards, right?
Vince Carter.
The thing about football, let's talk about football wide receivers, right? Those are more the prima donna position. Those are the most, those guys are the craziest position in football. They're the most outrageous, the most verbal. There's a lot of Hall of Fame level wide receivers that can't get a job on TV now.
Right.
Because of how they did off the field.
Right.
Okay. So understand that this is a business. No one's going to give you $1 million just to be giving it to you.
No.
Right. So understand it's a business, and it's a shame, but that business of basketball really starts at a young age, and it really shouldn't. Because I promise you that there's not a college coach that's watching your 7-year-old child play. It's not happening. Right. So use that time to get better. Find a good trainer. And one thing about basketball, I was going to tweet this the other day and didn't.
Okay. What?
If you are a basketball parent, if you don't listen to anything I ever tell you, remember one thing that's really important. Put your kid with a coach, a trainer that's going to believe in him, and that's going to fill him up with confidence. That is so important, because a coach can kill a kid's career. They can do it.
Yes, sir.
It happens all the time.
Yes, sir.
For many different reasons.
Yes.
Put your child with someone that's going to instill confidence in that kid, because that confidence that a coach gives that kid also helps them off the court as well. Okay. I still remember my kindergarten teacher. I still remember my 4th grade teacher, right? I still remember the people that were in part of my life that helped me become who I am today, and helped me to believe and have confidence on and off the court, right? So if you're a parent, put your kid with someone who's going to love him, right? They're going to have his back. They're going to protect him. Because this game is rough out here, man. I've seen it first, and it's rough out here.
Yes.
Okay. It's important that you do your research. You take the time to invest in what's going to be best for your kid, because not everybody who smiles in your face is your friend. You got to be able to decipher which one is which and roll with it and stay prayed up. This basketball game is a wonderful thing if you do it right. And when I say it's a wonderful thing when you do it right, doing it right doesn't always mean NBA. Right? So I'll tell you a quick true story.
Come on.
I had a kid named Jerry Baptiste. You remember him, Mr. Jan?
Yeah, the big fella.
Yep. Jerry Baptiste came from Haiti. He came to America and didn't speak one word of English, knew nothing. Wasn't really a great basketball player. He looked the right way, right? And our job as his caretaker and guardian was to help him use the basketball to get an education. He played with the Texas Titans. And he came to me one day wanting to quit. And I said, why you want to quit? He's like, they're not playing me. Let me go to Team Texas where I can go play. They're not playing me. I said, no, we're not quitting. That was his junior summer. We're not quitting. You're going to tough it out. You're going to finish the season. Fast forward a year and a half later, he's going off to college. And before he walks out the door, you ready to go to the airport? I say, hey, remember that time you wanted to quit the Texas Titans? He's like, yeah, why don't you let me quit? So let me explain something to you. I said, Jerry, you're from Haiti, the country of Haiti. Probably the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere. You happen to be part of a program that's backed by a family that's extremely wealthy, that could probably be there to help you one day in life. I wasn't going to separate a 40-year relationship for an extra 4 minutes of playing time. Because to me, it was the long game. Jerry Baptiste now, he goes to Vanderbilt. He graduates from Vanderbilt a year early. Keep in mind, he couldn't speak English when he got to America. He goes to UMass and gets his master's degree. Now he's working on his 2nd master's degree as of right now. He speaks 5 languages. Okay? So for DeJerry, it wasn't about basketball. It was about just using it to get what was best for him in life. I've helped a lot of international kids. People know about that. People talk about it. But that's why I really do it. That's why I do it. Because helping this kid come from that country has now built a legacy that will help him for the rest of his life. Okay? Throughout that journey, a little side note to that, one day he's crying because his mom's sick. She's in Haiti and she's sick. I worked like hell to figure out a way to get her a visa to come to America. We get her to America. It turns out she was diabetic and didn't even know it. She was almost dead. We saved her life. So when you really do this for the right reasons, there's a way that God works that takes care of you. I've always done it for the right reasons. And that's why I don't look for nothing in return. My return is blessings that I've always gotten from God. And that's why on my header on my Twitter feed, I think it says something to the point to where when you use your blessing to bless others, that's what it's all about. I was able to save a life. Wow. And for the 10 international students that I've helped over 100 that are local. Right? And one thing that I really take a lot of pride in is that 99.999% of the kids I've ever coached, to this day, I have a relationship with that kid and that family, to this day. Because it wasn't just about basketball. But expectations were set up front. They understood it. I understood it, what they wanted out of this thing. We done it together, and here you go. And I'm proud to say that I've coached some of the best players in America, especially in that 2022 class. I've coached a lot of them. You know,
name some of those 2022s, coach, that you coach. That way, some of the viewers may be able to just be able to connect some dots.
I know two of them.
I've coached Bryce Griggs. I've coached.
Tell them where. What team?
Okay, I brought Bryce Griggs to pro skills in the 5th grade.
Okay.
Right. I've coached, and we'll come back to Bryce in a second. Dariq Whitehead, who's at Montverde. Keontae George, who's at high school. Mark Mitchell, who's in Kansas, top 15 player in America. Of course, Noah Lee, Rylan Griffin. The list goes on and on. Dylan Glover down there in that area. CJ Booker. There's so many really good kids that I've had a chance to coach. And I can honestly say, to this day, even the ones that haven't played for me since they were in 6th grade or 7th grade, I still take as a responsibility to help them go to college, because that's what they signed up for. So they may not know I'm working for them, but I actually am, because that's my job. That's my duty as a coach, is to help them get to college. That was it. Not pro, college. You know, so I still make calls to this day for kids. They might not even know it, that played for me in 6th grade. I still make calls for them to this day. I still watch their film, because it wasn't just about basketball. That's not what I signed up for. Right? Wow. So I've coached a lot of good players. I've coached against a lot of good players. And I'm really proud that I think 10% of the top 100 played for me. That's pretty strong. Awesome. And they're all great kids. I mean, and another thing we need to talk about one of these days, if I write a book about it, is coaching your son.
Daddy ball. Let's get into it real quick. Let's tease the audience on some daddy ball.
So I actually plan on writing a book, and it's called Daddy Ball. And
been there, coach.
It's something. First of all, I wanted to know, coaching my son, I wanted to know one thing. I wanted to guarantee that I gave Noah the right information. Right? I brought in Bryce Griggs and Keontae George in the same year. Right? Because I understood that iron's going to always sharpen iron. I wanted him to go against the best players every day in practice. Right? At some times, honestly, I didn't do a good enough job taking care of him, my own, because I was busy taking care of everybody else. It's tough to say that, but I can't tell you how many fights me and my wife had about it.
Coach, I've been there. Coach, Coach, you're preaching. Coach, I've been there. I've been there.
Tough.
Keep going.
It's tough with your kid because you have to differentiate father from coach, but doing that with a 5-year-old or 6-year-old or 7-year-old, you're still daddy, no matter what. Okay? So there were some really, really tough moments coaching him because I did not ever want to slight him for anybody else, but I didn't give him enough sometimes because I didn't want to be perceived as being daddy ball. And that's a tough position to be in. When you feel sometimes that you may be short-sighting your own child to help somebody else's. But here's what I did. I made him understand that he's the most important part of what I was doing all the time. Okay, I'll make sure he was the best shot maker on the team all the time. I wanted to make sure that I didn't have to justify his chance to be on that floor. If you called Bryce Griggs today, if you called Keontae George today, Rylan Griffin today, and asked them, if you're going to kick the ball to an open, to a guy to hit a three, who are you going to count on to do it? They're going to say Noah Shelby. Right? So I wanted him to understand that this is for you. Yeah, I know daddy's taking care of everybody, but I'm doing this because this is going to help you achieve your goal. Okay? It was hard, man. It was really hard. It was hard. It was hard coming home sometimes because the wife don't play. No matter what you're doing as a coach, if you go home, like I said, I tell people all the time, I run my house when she gone. Right? But having to explain to your child's mother, your wife, why something didn't happen can be really, really hard. You know, but what it's done is that it's formed. Me and my son's relationship is so strong. He's my best friend. We're strong because he understood what I was doing. He never complained. He worked hard every day, and because he became a better player. When you got to play against Bryce, Keontae, and Rylan on a daily, you're going to get better. Now he's one of them. Right? Now he's one of them. You know, so I take a lot of pride in that. But I'm telling you right now, coaching your kid is extremely hard. We need to do a separate segment about it because it's really, really tough. Because what happens is society tells you you're showing your child favor. And it's hard not to because it is your kid. But I was the type of guy that I was always harder on mine.
Yeah.
I was always harder on mine than anybody else.
I was too.
You know, and that was hard. I mean, it was tough, but I had to be that way because it wasn't just about basketball, it was about more life lessons and things like that. I would not trade it for the world. One of my biggest honors in life has been able to coach my own kid.
Oh yeah, I would.
Because I would never trade it for the world.
No, I love
and more important than that, he's not my only kid now. I still consider Bryce my kid, Keontae my kid, Rylan Griffin my kid, Mark Mitchell my kid. Okay, Dylan Glover my kid. Okay, the list goes on and on. I still consider them part of my family because their parents allowed me to be part of theirs. Okay, and I don't take that for granted. When a mother and father trust you with their child, you treat it like gold. And because you do that, you build lifelong relationships. Every kid that's played for me knows they can pick up that phone and call me if they need something, and I'll be there for them. And that goes a lot further than basketball will ever bounce, right? You know, so one of these days we need to have a topic just on daddy ball because people get claimed, they get labeled that when people don't really understand half of it. If I were to show you the receipts from kindergarten to today, it would amaze you how much money and time we've invested in these kids to allow them to reach their goal. Not mine. I'm done playing. Right?
Man, you
But
just preach.
I wouldn't trade it because it's an investment that I would never, I would do it all over again today because I had an instrumental part in their success, even if it's just a little bit.
Yeah.
Just a little bit, right?
Yeah.
We've been blessed. And like I said before, there's no better honor to use your blessings that you've been given from God and give it to somebody else. So I'll tell you one thing, and all the guys I coach, I think we may have some pros in there, right? But it could be professional banker, professional business manager, professional basketball player, professional janitor, whatever it is that they decide to do, right? I'm going to be there for them. So, man, we could talk about this forever because I love what
I got one question for you, Coach. I want to take you back just a little bit, and I want you would ask for you because I know this conversation, this topic, we've had other guests that kind of breached. I remember one in particular was Brian Jolivet when he was on the Chop Shop, and our hearts extend to Brian Jolivet as he prepares to lay his mother to rest on Saturday morning down in Lafayette, Louisiana. So, guys, you might remember, many people around Houston remember Brian Jolivet from coaching Tommy Mason Griffin during his younger years. Then also doing events with Above All Sports. And but Brian Jolivet mentioned it was a time in this conversation on the Chop Shop that when he was coaching his son, and it was almost like a testimony. And Brian, I see it and I feel it with you. Your heart crying because people really don't understand and see your pain, and it's a riff from going home and hearing the wife saying, maybe possibly assuming that you're caring about everybody else's kid more than your own. And then you go on the other side of the fence and leave the house. These other people are claiming that just mysteriously all of a sudden thinking that you're giving your son favor, like they would not do the same thing and it was in your shoes. So here's what I want to ask you. Has it ever been an instance where you may have came pretty close to either, I use the word like loosely, compromising your job or your marriage as a result of your dedication to grassroots basketball? If so, how did you solve it? How did you back up and not get, and not lose your job or lose your marriage?
Well, I think every coach, AAU, I feel really bad for those Division I coaches, that have to go through this. But every coach, when you're coaching and pouring into the lives, it's going to take a little bit away from home. So I actually, applaud my wife for sticking there with me. She was an athlete also, so that really helps. Because my wife was Division I volleyball player. She understands sports and what it takes to become successful. So I was fortunate enough to have someone that actually knew a little bit about what was going on. But with all that being said, there was a lot of times that it was hard to go out and do it again, because it wasn't just spending all the time; it also was spending all the money, right? It was also, juggling, real life with AAU basketball and AAU sports. I'll tell you this quick story. My wife taught me a lesson when my son was 4 years old. He was playing his first game ever, right? Now keep in mind, he's 4 years old. I'm already thinking that we're going straight to the NBA before we get to kindergarten, right? I'm all into this thing. And and we're playing at the Russell Creek YMCA up here in Dallas, and he literally is not guarding anybody. I mean, these kids, driving by him, shooting layups and this and that, and I'm going off. Move your feet, play defense, this and that. And he starts crying. And he's 4, right? He's only 4. He's not even in kindergarten yet. And I'm yelling at him like we're playing in the NBA Finals. And he's crying. He cried through the second quarter, through halftime, third quarter, fourth quarter. And my wife gave me a look after the game where I knew I was in trouble. I knew it's a wrap. If I can survive the night, I'm lucky. She gets me in the car and looks at me and then says, let me tell you something. If you don't change how you coach our child, you're going to lose them. And that's all I need to hear. So I had to change my approach with the words I used in coaching him. So the very next game, he still wasn't playing defense. And I said, quit playing defense like you're SpongeBob. He starts laughing and then starts moving his feet. So I just changed my approach. But as he got older, I brought in other coaches that coached him. It was important to have somebody next to me that could manage Noah. That way I can just coach the overall team and not so much worry about that, right? Because I'm still dad. But also with that being said, no one will ever coach him harder. I don't care where he goes to college. It won't be harder than the way I coached him. So he's prepared, right? He's prepared. So there were some tough moments, right? Just juggling everything, but something that I thought, I think to this day, I wouldn't trade it for the world because I think this thing may have worked out just fine. And these kids will go to college and be successful in life, hopefully. And, wouldn't trade it for the world.
Derek Shelby is with us live on the Chop Shop, dropping nuggets. If you would, you can share the show to your timelines, to your groups. If you're on the YouTube feed, give us a thumbs up right now over on YouTube. Shout out to all the people in what we call the Boom Boom Room. These are 2 communities of viewers. Yeah, Boom Boom Room. They're engaging live. And Derek, I don't know if you had have told you or not.
I told him.
But there's you told him? Okay, the red eyeball. You can see all the comments scrolling from both platforms.
Brad McDonald's asking, have ever been offered a college job?
Uh-huh.
That's a good question. I of course, people may joke about it, but that's nothing I ever wanted to do or planned on doing it.
Me either.
But let me tell you something that really helped me is that in this business of basketball, having foresight is really, really important. Okay. Mm-hmm. So when I went back and talked about the story about the Jerry Baptiste, mm-hmm. when he got here to America, Noah was in 2nd grade. So I tweeted the other day, it was important to build relationships with the right people and have your own relationships. Because of the Jerry and Snyder, I was able to build relationships with some of the best people and the biggest names in this game. Not only just the local guys, but also the national guys. And I knew that my 2nd grade at some point in time will be at this same stage, which is today. Okay. So being able to have relationships have really helped. You still got to be able to play. Because if you can't play, it don't matter. But I just think all parents should do that. I just left Drive Nation. Now I'm going to work with Trae Young.
Oh,
right. So,
okay.
Yeah, I helped Trae Young came to pro schools at the time in 9th grade. Trae Young slept on my couch, right?
Gotcha.
And here we go. Fast forward years later, now my son's playing for Trae Young. And I think that's a wonderful story because I remember those drives that George Clay used to make to Norman, Oklahoma to pick up Trae and bring him to Dallas to practice, right? And now watch that kid become one of the top players in the world and having my son have an opportunity to play with his name on his jersey is full circle. And that's what life is, right? It's full circle. It's really important that you try your best to build relationships and keep them. For example, true story. When I left Pro Skills, Jeff Webster and I, we didn't talk. Mm-hmm. We didn't talk. Mm-hmm. In this business, when you leave a program, that's like a divorce, right? So Jeff and I went a while without even speaking. Because that's just how the business is. Okay.
Okay. So you explaining what I said earlier, in case somebody just came on. I said, make AAU basketball about the kids again.
Bingo.
They ain't had nothing to do with no damn kids. Y'all too mad at won't speak to each other, but keep going. Keep going.
So Jeff and I left Pro Skills after 7th grade with the #1 team in America. Okay. Mm-hmm. And went to work with Jermaine and help build Drive Nation.
That's right. Okay.
And that was, they're juniors now, so almost 4 years, right? Okay. And 3 weeks ago, Jeff and I connected again.
Awesome.
You know why we connected? I put my 8th grade kid in the Pro Skills uniform because that was the best place for him. Okay. It wasn't about me and Jeff. Mm-hmm. It was about the kid. And so if we're doing right by the kid, as a grown man, you can't get caught up in all that other stuff, right? I couldn't be mad at Jeff or Jeff be mad at me forever over some damn basketball. It's basketball, right? I put my 8th grade kid on a Pro Skills team because that was the best fit for my kid. Okay? So I think it's important that you do things like that because you want to make AAU basketball great again, have some grown folks act more professional, have me as a coach do a better job, right? I'm not perfect.
Okay.
Have program directors not take it personal if a kid leaves.
Okay. Keep on.
Have a parent not take it personal if their kid gets cut. Everybody has a different pathway to success. And it's always filled with ebbs and flows. To make AAU great again, how about as grown folks, we do a better job, right? And it starts with me. It starts with you two. Yeah. It starts with the event operators, the program directors. Okay, do a better job of doing the right thing more often. Okay, that's what it's really all about. Do the right thing more often than not, because no matter what you think, history can repeat itself if we don't watch out. Our young kids are watching us. Okay. I mean, they're watching us. They're just like they're a sponge for everything else. They're a sponge for this stuff too. So if they're going to be watching, make sure we teach them the right things and being professional on and off the court. I'm officially off the court now, so I got to try to be professional as much as I can.
Right.
So I think it was important for me to reach back out and shake Jeff's hand.
Yeah.
That was important for me.
That's good.
It was important for me, and actually it was important for Jeff too.
Yeah.
Because we can't not let this game of basketball continue to ruin relationships, friendships, marriages, and things like that. It's a game. So part of making the American AAU basketball great again is taking that responsibility on your own to do a better job. I've been sometimes part of the problem. I've been more part of the solution. Right? And sometimes you got to understand that this game is bigger than all of us. Never forget, the game is bigger than all of us. The game's going to go on with or without us. Yes. Let's quit tearing each other apart for the game of basketball. Let's quit doing it. Let's do a better job of sticking together, because together, there's nothing better than we can do as a community if we work together. And it's hard because everybody's competing. Team Trey Young, we want to beat Southern Assault. We want to beat them. That's a fact. You want to kick our ass too. That's a fact.
I was going to tell you, they want to kick your ass too, because I was just about to say it. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah. Yeah, but me and Vaughn talk all the time. It's just a game. It's just a game. Let's quit tearing each other apart. And it's hard because when somebody goes at me, I want to go at them, right? That's how it is. That's how we are. You want to defend, you want to protect yourself, defend yourself. You know, sometimes it takes a lot to be the bigger man in this business because it becomes really, really personal. It becomes really personal. If you can separate the business from personal, I think you're on the right path. It's hard to do because you got your kids involved, right? When you got kids involved, it makes it really, really hard. Okay. So I think I'm gonna make a statement that I'm gonna try my best to be a better person, a better mentor, a better influencer, and do a better job of doing whatever I can to help any kid that wants to play basketball in college. You know, I think what you guys are doing, providing this platform for people to talk and get things off their chest about how they really feel, is important. Okay. It's better than being on Twitter, right?
Thank you, sir.
But Twitter ain't truth. You know, someone mentioned the other day, someone may tweet something and you got 50 people trying to dissect that tweet, want to know if it's talking about them or not. Right? Let's just do a better job as a community to help each other. You know, that's just really important. I think if we do that, I think we'll be okay. Because like I said, the game's going to go on with or without us. And I just think as long as we understand that, I think we'll be better for it. I love the game of basketball. I mean, I've built so many great relationships.
I know.
Almost everybody I know today, I met through basketball.
Yeah.
Almost everybody. And there's some damn good people in this game. There's some damn good moms, some damn good dads, some damn good uncles and aunts and grandparents.
It is.
There's a lot of good people in this. Some damn good event directors, program directors, you know, players. There's a lot of good people if you just take the time to get to know who they are. I mean, I got people that hate me, don't even know me, right?
Yeah.
They don't even know me.
Yes.
And they hate me. And I swear I've done nothing wrong with them.
Join the club.
But that's what they do. When you listen to they get you in trouble.
Join the club. And you know what's so unique, Derek? I just been watching you, man. Cause I looked at what I asked the question again. It said make AU basketball about the kids again. When it became a business, that's when, because a lot of people talked about when it was about the kids. Look, we go here, we have fun. But once it became a business, and I think Stacy said something now that if we can just treat it like a business, then we'll understand. I think what the comment Trace crazy. He said if the basketball community handled grassroots basketball as a business, you would make better decisions. Stop saying it's just doing it for the kids. See, a lot of people, like Jimmy always said, they always talk about, man, I'm just doing it for the kids. And he asked the question, are you investing your time? Are you giving your time? If you're giving your time, you ain't expecting no return. But if you're investing your time, you're expecting a return. And so once it became a business, just listening to y'all today, y'all answered my question. Y'all answered the question for me. It can no longer be about the kids again because it's a business. Hold up. But you threw a mantra out there. At least become better people, become better coaches, become better event operators, become better parents, become better uncles. We can do that, but still understand it's a business. I don't think it'll never be about the kids again. I mean, that's just my opinion, but keep going. Now, what you say? I think
basketball has always been a business, but the business has gotten younger. It used to be about high school. The business has gotten now in the 9 and under, 10 and under, 11 and under. It's always been a business. It's gotten younger, in my opinion. And I just think as leaders, I think some of the leaders and I know they do a lot. They work their asses off out there, right? Yeah. Doing things in the community. They can just keep on educating the parents as their kid comes up in this game to understand all the right things about the game and expectations of the game and understand what they're trying to get out of the game. I think that's where it can kind of start. But the game's always been a business. It's just gotten younger. And that's what's scary. It's gotten younger. And as long as they're doing rankings, as long as they're writing those big checks, you know, I mean, you got guys, hey, you can get a contract your rookie year and it's $20 million. That's a life-changing thing. Right? That's a business.
But that's just the half of percent. Yes. I mean, that's most of them are not gonna be him. Most of them gonna be like the kid at Vanderbilt. Mm-hmm. Most of the guys, it's easy for them to go get a double master's than it is for them to be Trae Young.
A whole lot easier.
Way easier.
Yeah. Hey, Trae Young spent he's 21 years old, almost 22. Yeah. Or maybe he's 22 now. He spent 22 years doing this. He's been a lot of, Ray Young and Candace and worked their asses off to provide for him the ability to play this game like he has, just like a lot of parents have.
And think about it. His dad was a good player. His dad probably thought he was going to go to the NBA. It didn't happen.
Exactly. Hey, I thought I was going to go. I weighed 150 pounds coming out of high school. I was 150. But I was going pro because everybody else thought it was going on. I mean, that's just how the business is. But just make sure they understand that, like I said, the business is the business and it's gotten younger. And a lot of it's due to all the, like I said, those young rankings. When you're ranking first graders and second graders and third graders and fourth graders, that's where all the emotions get caught up in it and being a business. So you're fighting for your kid to be the top kid.
Okay. I got you. I got you.
I promise you, the fourth grader right now hasn't ever played basketball before. Right? The best fourth grader probably has not even played yet. Because that's how the game is.
So wait a minute, they ain't ranking him in the fourth grade now, Mark. I mean, Derek. In the fourth grade.
Fourth grade, you done been ranked for 3 years by now. They're ranking them as young as first grade, second grade, I think.
Yeah, 8 years old.
What do this stuff be on? I guess I don't read these publications.
Trust me, the people at that age, that's like that. They know the platform. They'll grow out of it, and then they'll go to another platform. Then by the time they get to high school, same way they follow 24/7 sports or rivals. That's they'll grow into those when they get into high school.
I will tell you this about those rankings. Yeah. I've talked to a lot of coaches, just like I know you guys do too.
Yeah.
They don't give a damn about your ranking. It's what type of kid are you? Can you play in my system? And there's a few things that are really important to the coach when they're trying to recruit a kid. One, okay, will you help me keep my job? Will you get me fired? Or will you get me a better job somewhere else? Right? Will you help me keep my job? Will you get me fired or give me a better job somewhere else? Those are some things the coaches probably think about when they're trying to bring in a prospect to their program, not what you was ranked in ninth grade or as a senior in high school, because most of those guys, you get to college, that don't mean shit.
But Derek,
right? Everybody gets it.
But Derek, why do they put it on their resumes, on their website? He was responsible for. But
you know why?
Why?
Because it's a business. When you can say you brought in 3 top 50 recruits.
But you said don't mean nothing, Derek. You just said
here's what I'm saying.
Okay.
It only means something in certain situations, right?
Okay.
Okay. So you can spin it the way you want to spin it.
Okay.
It don't mean nothing. But if I can use it to get me a pay raise or a bonus, right, I'm gonna use it, right?
Okay.
Okay. But I can say I brought in 3 top 50 recruits. There's money tied to that. Okay.
I got you. I can monetize that. Okay.
Some of them don't. My biggest thing is if you just stay prayed up, keep working on your craft, keep trying to get better, and more importantly, find the right fit. So, for example, I got 2 kids in my house right now that's getting close to cutting their list down. Lee Dort. I'm the guardian for.
Oh.
And Noah Shelby, my son, right?
Oh yeah. Okay.
And we're at that stage now to where we got to pick the right school. Okay. So if you're a parent watching this show and you're at a point right now where you're about to pick a school, it's really important that you take the time to really watch how those teams play that are recruiting your child. Okay. They're not changing the way they play for your baby. It's not happening. They're going to play the way they play. Okay. You got to know enough about the game and enough about your child to see, does he fit in that system? And if you can find a great fit, it can be life-changing. I'm really close to Ray Young, right? Trey was down to Oklahoma, Kansas, Kentucky, and Duke. I called Ray Young the day before the announcement. And I said, Ray, we've been boys for a long time. Where's Trey going? He said, Trey's going to go where he can be Trey. I hung up the phone. He's going to Oklahoma. You know?
And I got a chance to see him live in living color against Colin Sexton.
Yeah. So if you take the time to, like right now, what we're doing a lot of research on how these teams play. Okay. More importantly, who are you bringing in 2021? My kid's 2022. When I get there, who are you bringing in 2021? Do they play the same position as mine? Okay. Is that kid that's coming in 2020 a potential pro, or will he be there 4 years? Okay. I'm also competing against the graduate transfer. Okay. I'm also competing against, now you can transfer with no penalty. So if I'm a college coach, do I bring in a junior who may be at a mid-major averaging 18 a game that can help me win today, or do I bring in that 18-year-old freshman coming out of high school? Those are some tough decisions, right? So coming out, you're not just competing against the people in your class anymore. Grad transfers, the JUCO guys coming in that are hungry, the mid-major transfer that can play without sitting out immediately, in that 2021 class that's in front of you.
But everybody don't have the leverage you have, Coach. Every person don't have that leverage.
I mean, that's probably a good point.
Yes, you got the leverage. Yeah, you got the leverage. But guess what? Most of the people don't have that leverage. So
that's before. When Noah was in second grade, I began building relationships. Right.
Okay.
So as a parent, take time to get to know people. Talk to the right evaluators. Okay. Find out who they listen to. True story. I've talked to a couple of national evaluators, and I asked them, who do you trust in this market that I live in? I asked coaches, who do you talk to? Those are good questions to ask.
Great questions.
Find out who that is. Build relationships with those guys, right? If those guys run events, play in those events to showcase yourself. Put yourself in position. Sometimes you got to be able to help yourself, right?
Mm-hmm.
Put yourself in position to be seen. Okay, and people talk all the time about, circuits. Nike, Adidas, Under Armour, Independent. What's best? What's best is what's best for your child. That's what's best. Where he fits in the best is what's best for him, right? That's why you do your research. Awesome. Look for what's best for your kid. Okay, and don't apologize for it. Do what's best for your kid, because I promise you, everybody else is gonna do what's best for theirs. That's the name of the game. Do what's best for your kid. And every situation won't be the best. I mean, I enjoyed my time at Drive Nation. Mm-hmm. I mean, no problem with Jermaine. Great man. Does a great job in the community. But from a playing standpoint, I thought with Trey would be a better fit for what my goals are and what my son's goals are for himself. Okay? Mm-hmm. No hard feelings, right? Yeah. No hard feelings. I got to do what's best for mine. Because of all times to be selfish, it's now. I got to be selfish. I've given, and I've given.
It's good, Coach.
It's about mine, right?
I'm gonna give you one word to add into that that last sentence when you said, I'm not going to be, I'm going to work for mine. I'm going to be selfish, unapologetically. That's added, let that be known now. Let that, I mean, and
yep,
let that
that's
be
important.
known.
All said and done, that's what I got to look in the eye, right? Did I do the best I can to help my own? And I want to be able to say I've done the best I can. But also the expectation is right. We're going to college for free somewhere. We're going to college for free somewhere.
Yeah. So I have one question, of course, from the Boom Boom Room, and going back and sliding back a little bit. When you were talking about the going back and smoothing things over with Jeff Webster, and and this is bigger than basketball and the relationships. So in the Boom Boom Room, I know you probably saw it, but you were talking and didn't get a chance to attend to it. Corey Henderson says he's still mad at you, but he's smiling, smiling. What did you do to Corey Henderson?
Man, hey, Corey's my guy. I love Corey. Corey's the head coach at ESD. When Jerry came to America, I enrolled him at ESD so he could play for Corey.
And then, come on.
And then he was not allowed to play.
And
so I had to pull him out of that school to put him in another school where we can actually play high school basketball. So that was no fault to Corey's at all, no fault to ESD at that school. It's just I couldn't have it here and not play basketball junior or senior year when our number one goal was getting him to college. Right? It's hard to get to college if you don't play. So because he was not allowed to play there, we ended up going to a different school, Prestonwood at the time. And that's what happened with. But Corey, good dude, that's my guy.
I know he said it in jest, but that's good.
Oh yeah.
Coach, I got a chance to see y'all play not too long ago. Y'all were playing. Was it in the sun? Did y'all play in the Sunrise thing or something? What did y'all? No, in Dallas. Y'all played in Dallas. Y'all played in Dallas not too long ago, and Braden Johnson was on your team.
Yeah. So that was the deal that we had the create jerseys on.
I didn't see the jersey. I mean, I didn't see. I'm watching it online.
Yeah. So with this being a COVID year, I mean, you got to get games when you can, right?
Right.
So I just put together a little secondary group that will allow some kids to play. Got a few kids that are in private school or homeschool, put them together where they can just go out and play. Try to get some game film.
Y'all look good.
A lot of these games are being canceled. Like my son goes to Green Hill. I think canceled 24 games this year.
Wow.
Matter of fact, his first game with Green Hill was Tuesday night. First game of the year.
No.
It was Tuesday, yeah. The first game they played in December, we were in quarantine. So he couldn't play. All the other games have been canceled. It's just a crazy year this year with the COVID going on. So you just got to try to get some games in when you can.
Oh, man.
He had a good game. He had 44.
Oh, yeah.
on 25 shots.
Yeah, on 25 shots.
Yeah, I remember that. And we want to congratulate you, man. Thanks so much. Once again, we will get you back in and chop up with you on the chop shop. Once somebody asked real quick, they didn't give them your brief basketball resume. Somebody asked, where did you go to high school? I think Rod is on the YouTube feed. So can you give us a quick your quick basketball resume and also include what is your occupation now?
Okay, good questions. I'm from Kansas. I grew up in a small town in Kansas, probably about 20 minutes from Lawrence, right? A small town called Osawatomie, Kansas. Home of the great John Brown, the abolitionist, right?
Oh my!
And from there, I went to junior college at Allen County in the Jayhawk Conference. That's Independence, Coffeyville. Matter of fact, the best player I ever played against was in JUCO. After that, I played at UT Arlington.
Oh, okay.
And I played there for Eddie McCarter. That was his first year after Snake LeGrand retired. Okay. Currently, what I do, I've always been a technology guy. I'm like a nerd, just don't tell nobody. I really embrace myself in technology, and if you guys have seen that platform, the Season Ticket, I do a lot of work with them and helping build that platform and that brand, helping kids get exposure, right? And things like that. So I'm a technology guy that loves basketball. So that's kind of what my crowd. I never was a professional athlete. I could always shoot the ball, right? I couldn't do nothing else. I wasn't guarding nobody, Hatter. I wasn't guarding nobody. I still try to play in men's leagues today, but my knees aren't as good as they used to be. But I'm more of like I'm a connector, right?
Gotcha.
I have a lot of good relationships and business, and I try to leverage those relationships to help as many people as I can reach some of their goals, and that's it. I'm really a simple person, you know. I'm in the gym and watching a workout. I'm at home watching ESPN or watching Netflix or talking to a parent or a player or some of my friends, and that's about it. I really try to keep to myself the best I can, and I love this game. Love trying to be the biggest positive influence I can be for anyone who's out there who needs help or listening.
Awesome, man. Awesome.
Yeah, AAU don't pay the bills.
Great influence. I mean, great.
Indeed. Hey, man. Hey, great convo. This is Derek Shelby, guys, and he's a volunteer coach with the Trey Young Elite. They're Adidas.
Oh, he ain't coaching the team.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's right. You're retired now. You're retired now. You get to be dad. You hoop dad now. You know what? I got a over and under. How me and you gonna make a Randolph and Mortimer right now? Right now.
Okay.
We're gonna do a Randolph and Mortimer. I might have a single. You got a single in your pocket, son?
Man, when you're at house, you ain't got on no bottoms.
Now, here we go. Who you gonna take? Okay. Who's gonna get the first tech or the most from the stands as the hoop dad this summer?
Who?
Derek Shelby? Marlon Lowe? Or Lupe Nunez? Let's go.
Lupe. I got my money on Lupe. I got my money on Lupe.
That's tough company right there.
Lupe gonna get the first one. I don't know about Derek. Marlon the second.
Yeah, he get one too. Don't let him fool you now.
Derek ain't no PGW.
If one of them referees that calls, think about it. He get to see the referee now from the other side of the court that he always suspected didn't really like his son. So now he get to see that ref miss that call.
Derek,
shit. He finna go out there.
It ain't so, man. Please tell me it ain't so, man.
I stopped coaching after 9th grade. I coached from 5 years old up to 9th grade, right? Okay. I think, check this out, true story. I think I went 363 and 17 losses.
Damn, I didn't know you'd be counting.
Okay. I kept a journal.
Okay.
I told you I'm writing a book. I got a story to tell.
Okay. I got you.
I'm writing a book about it. 17 losses in 8 or 9 whatever years it was. You ain't gonna lose many when you got the guys that I had, right? I've never.
Derek, you had the best team money could buy.
Yeah. I wouldn't say that. I took care of the kid.
Yeah.
Right?
Coach, I had one too, but keep going.
I've never gotten a technical coaching.
I got one. But Derek.
I've never gotten one.
Derek, I got one, man. But Derek, you got it. This technically, I shouldn't have got it, Derek.
You damn near got one in the Hurricane Harvey game. You damn near got
it.
And that was in the Hurricane Harvey game.
Don't listen to Jimmy. Check this out. I'm coaching the game, right? So one of the mamas from the other team, because we got a little rival, one of the mamas from the team we playing constantly running her mouth. And I said, girl, you need to go get on the treadmill, right? But it was a woman refereeing the game. She thought I was talking about her. And she gave me a text. So I wasn't talking about her. I was talking about the mammy. I wasn't talking about the ref. I never forget that. I never forget that text, man. I did not want that text. I said, baby, I wasn't talking about you. You fine. I'm talking about her. She still gave me a text.
Let me tell y'all a quick funny story, and we'll get off this. I've coached a lot of good kids, right? And the only kid I think that got a technical was Rylan Griffin, right? Rylan is quick to get a technical. But a funny story about Rylan, every year we go to the NOLA Super 60 in New Orleans. It's a big event. So we're there one day. We think we're in 5th grade. His parents probably going to kill me about this. We're in 5th grade. And they have mimosas down there, right? In the buffet. Rylan's in there, he's drinking them. He's like, Coach, why is this orange juice so spicy?
They gonna call CPS on your ass.
Hey, we had a hell of a time over the years with all the traveling and all the things we done. I love all my kids. Matter of fact, I'm already preparing for next year to have a big reunion where we're gonna have a big banquet, a big reunion, invite all the parents and players that I've coached. That's come good. Back. That way we can just have some fellowship, be around each other, tell some stories, eat some food, have the parents get some drinks and have a good time. So,
oh man, y'all crazy. Jimmy, you ain't had much to say. Wrap this thing up, man. You ain't had much to say today.
That's you guys see, this is how it goes in the chop shop. Time goes by extremely fast. Lil Rick, you got us dead to the right, and I don't have no comeback. If you guys on YouTube, Lil Rick just reminded us of what I said yesterday. You not getting any overtime on Baby Friday, and show as shit stank. We sitting right here in overtime again on Baby Friday. Now don't forget, guys, we are on 92 KELZ, 92 KELZ this Saturday morning from 10 to 11. That's actually the name of the show that comes on that radio station. That's Saturday 10 to 11 a.m. It's called Chop Shop Overtime. You guys, and how you can plug in the link to the radio to the station. That way they can be able to save it and come and get us. Now I'm gonna tell you something. Right before we come on there, and you can listen to it from anywhere.
Oh, that dude be getting it in.
Audio. Yeah. That Zydeco show. If anybody out there like Zydeco, even if you don't like it, just put it on. That's that music that make you clean up the house real good. On Saturday morning. That I'm talking about off the chain. And if you don't, I'm telling you, if you come down to Houston or from Louisiana, you gotta definitely know what Zydeco music is. But be sure you catch it on. I'm telling you, be going in. I mean, and then in the studio at the radio station last week, he had a group. They was dressed alike, the women, and one of them Zydeco groups was in there with him, and they not playing live music. He's DJing, but they talking during the breaks to his guests that he have in the other studio at the radio station. But anyway, that's 92 KELZ. Shout out to Kelvin Hampton and the Hampton family from A Better Bail Bond. They are the proprietors of that radio station, which is located in Houston, right off the North Loop. Man, shout out to them. They're doing big things with the Hampton family. Rodney Hampton as well. Many of you guys may remember him from Cashmere, as well as the Georgia running back and New York Giants back in the days when they won the Super Bowl with them. But anyway, we're about to get up out of here. I had to get there you go, Chop Shop Overtime. I see you. There you go. Put it on out there for me. But anyway, thanks so much, man. Derek Shelby, man, great nuggets you dropped. It was sincere. It was from the heart. And that's what we embrace on the show. That's why we just sit back and just let you just go. Just roll with it. People say, man, it let you roll with it. And I also want to once again give a heart-filled dose of condolences out to Brian Jolivet and his family as they go and bury his mother. I'm trying to think, giving you guys an update on Sandra. We went to the hospital. That's why I was late in the first hour in the doctor's appointment. And once again, Icy Mike came through again. I keep telling y'all bullcorn it. Kind of put that thing, let it scroll.
No,
I'm gonna explain it.
Hey, Jimmy.
I swear. Hey,
they've been calling Icy Mike. There's a lot of people been calling Icy Mike. Yes.
The concierge. What he does is, no matter if you have insurance or not, if you need to see a doctor for pretty much anything, he has a network of doctors that agree. They have in their offices that various ones specialize in different things. They will see you. Hey. He will get you an appointment right up in there, and you don't pay him anything.
And you don't have to be sick, Jimmy. Even if you're a woman, if you want to have some enhancements on your body, he know them kind of doctors too.
Yeah. He got them too.
Plastic surgery. However you want to get enhanced on yourself. Yeah, whatever, Yes. I mean, hey, Derek, he is the man, man. He's the man.
Yeah. Understand, guys. This doctor, guess who Sandra saw today?
Who she see?
She saw Dr. Pham, who was on the Chop Shop.
Yes.
About a year ago at the radio station. Dr. Pham was at 90 Amazing 102.5 FM.
She one of the best in the world.
She saw Dr. Pham.
Yeah.
Dr. Pham is one of the top 10 doctors in the area. No, Houston is one of the medical capitals of the United States.
Yeah.
That's royalty. She got up there and saw Dr. Pham and was up out of there smooth. But anyway, right now, Dr. Pham gave some words of positivity, thinking that there's a possibility it may not be cancer. Those three masses that were found on Sandra on Sunday, it may not be. So that's what we have in the hands crossed.
All that praying I did last night, Jimmy. All that praying I did last night for Sandra. Yes.
And guess what today is? Guess what today is?
What's
of
the
all
day?
day.
What's the day?
Sandra Mexican, so we know it's a full moon.
It's a full moon. Okay. All right.
Them candles about them. I ain't gonna say no. Hey, I bet you one thing.
Yeah.
Wherever Brooklyn Nets playing tonight, watch what Kyrie. I bet you know what Kyrie gonna be doing today. Full moon.
It says.
Full moon.
Hey, wait a minute. Hold up. Hey, Derek. I can't get it. Yeah. You see what my Brooklyn Nets did last night? Did you see what my
you said he cheated on Atlanta. He with the Trey Young elite, and you gonna ask him about the team that just cheated them out the game last night in overtime. That's what you gonna ask him?
Let me tell you something. Long as number 13 on that team, yes, Brooklyn Nets. Where Brooklyn at?
Oh, yeah. Hey, man, we gone. It's time to slide down Dino's back and yabba dabba do this thing on this Baby Friday. Make sure you share the show if you haven't done so, guys. Thanks so much, man. That's Derek Shelby. Guess what? All I need from you, Derek, is one thing, Coach Shelby. Let me know what guard you want in front of the Trey Young and E. What guard you want me to put your son in front of at the spring icebreaker. That's all I need to know. And it's done. It's done. You buy, we fry. It's like an old fish market. Huh?
He want to play everybody.
Yeah, we can everybody this year.
He coming for everybody. No, Derek. Everybody. Everybody.
It's going down. But anyway, guys, thanks so much, man. Great combo. Peace, man. Thanks so much, Coach Shelby. All right, guys. We'll see you guys on Monday. Chop Shop. We up out here. For Robert Haller, this is Jim Hicks. Hey, enjoy your weekend. Be safe.
Jim Hicks, Rob Hatter, you are now tuned in to the Chop Shop. I'm Retro, let's get it. We in the Chop Shop, we live in the Chop Shop. We talking sports talk, we live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop, I'm talking sports talk. So turn your dials up, it's live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop, we live in the Chop Shop. We talking sports talk, we live in the Chop Shop.